Hi everyone, sorry I'm a little bit late. Just gonna log into the group, just having a quick cup of coffee. Hope everyone's well. Nice to see you. Hopefully we've got some people coming. I've just got some bits out to make a little quick ATC while I was waiting for people to join. Cut a couple of 2.5 by 3.5 pieces out of just some blue card I had. And then these are just little bits that are in my stash that I thought we could have a play with just while I'm waiting to see who's coming on. Let me just refresh the Dawn Crafting with Dawn Bibby, and I've just seen myself popping up, so I know it's there. However, it's disappeared again. Let me hang on a second. Keeps going away. Let me go down. Right, this has happened to me before, so if you can't find it either, it keeps disappearing. I go to the top to the events and it might let me in that way. No, that's me to go live, isn't it? Oh bless, why is it not letting me in? Oh, so I can't see any comments. Oh, there I am now. Ta-da! Sorry about that, everybody. Hi Jackie. Hi Margaret. So Jackie, I've got some little bits and pieces. I've had another bit of a busy week, and then a couple of days of not feeling very well, so I just tried to sort of pull a couple of things together. Hi Jane. Hopefully we'll have a few more people joining. I know there was some who said they were coming. So I'm just fiddling around with a little ATC here while we're waiting. I've got some floral things. I've got one of the, what's that called? Picket fence. And some of Dawn's flowers. So I was going to put that together. I've got another little pack of bits and pieces that I thought I might make a little topper with the flowers. So I was going to do a bit of flowering, and then I haven't really had a chance to look at the fairies properly, Jackie, but there's a couple of little I've done a couple of quick card bits. They're not like fancy or anything, but I've just got that ready as well, so might get a small amount of the fairies as well. So I might do a bit of flowers, a bit of fairies, a bit of flower. I'll just see how the time goes and how I'm feeling. I've just been messing about. I've had a lovely time with doing a few samples for Dawn and playing around with some of her digital things. And then I've also had the watercolour book out just to play with. I did a couple of stamps just to see. It's quite a textured card, this. So when you're stamping on it, I would make sure that you give it time to seep in as well into the card. And I did the little fairy. I just did a little bit of that last night with the aqua markers, just to have a play with her. But I thought I didn't really know what to do, so I was fiddling around with this book, and I thought that's quite a good thing to just stick some bits in it, and then when I feel like it, I could do some colouring or you know, and then I'll use them at a later date. I had a little play with some of the inks, so I've just got my delivery of the Studio Light water reactive dye inks from Dawn, and I got the mint and the blue. So I put all those sort of mints and blues together on there, and that's perfect for the Peacock Paradise coming, I think, the colours as well. So hopefully we've got a little bit of something for you that everybody will be interested in. Hi Vivian, hi Kim. Yeah, Jackie, I'll do a proper bit with those fairies for you at some point. I'm just sort of having a little bit of a play. I also did another one with some of the pinks, and I put a lot of water on that one to get a bigger splats. So that's using those blues and mints and the purple pink one. What was the purple pink collection called? I've got the bit of a card somewhere nearby. I'll get it out and have a little look. And then I was just messing around. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I just put a bit of colour on and a bit of a stencil on. I did the same with this side. I did a bit of colour stencil and a little bit of paste. So This is the kind of thing I do when I'm just sitting not really sure what I want to do, and then hopefully at some point I'll use them. But they're just nice little small books to, you don't feel like you're overfaced by the size of the page. Could even actually just do a half one, and the stamping just, yeah, I can use them later. So I had a little play with that watercolour sketchbook to see what that was like. So I've got those if we want to play with them as well. The inks that I've been using, Dawn's been getting the Studio Light water reactive dye ink in, and she can still get these on. She had them on the other day. What I do when I get the packet, I'll show you here, take them all out, keep them in the order. So this is the mint collection. I then find my colour. So that was the mint section colours there. You can see all the other colours that are available as well. Dawn can get you. She can order them in. They're $6.99 a pack, I do believe. And then on the other, when I cut these out, and I cut each little spot and I stick it on the back, just so because you can't tell from that. I mean, it looks dark greeny blue, but I just make sure I put the sticker on the back so I've got an idea of what kind of colour it is. So I've done that with all of the ones I've got, with my pinks and my purples and my mints and my blues. Just so I've got a bit of a rough idea of what colour I'm using. So that's a little tip for you. Hi Karen, nice to see you. Yeah, Dawn's A4 watercolour card's nice to work with. That's not as textured. It's nice to work on. I've enjoyed that one. And if you cut that into small bits, I often have pieces that are about 5 by 5 or 6 by 6, and then I just play with them. So there's a bit that I was testing my ink pads again. I just ran the ink pad down the page one at a time, and then I just used my water brush and poured water on. Oh dear, I'm going to make a mess if I show you. Hang on a second. That's my bit of rag I've been using there. I just got the water out and I just squeezed it. Because they're water reactive, we might get a little reaction again. Probably need to fill it up. So just squeeze the water at the top and then I just let it run. I've still got plenty of colour in that because I did saturate the paper. So you might have seen my little flower one I did the other day. I was just playing around with some brighter colours on the paper the day after. Though I need to get more drips and less splodge on that one because I just did that as a test of the colours as well. So that's the kind of thing that, anyway, been playing. I'm rambling now. So I might even just be able to get started. I haven't done anything yet. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. Should have my little trimmer really. I have my little splatter pieces that I've done with those inks. So your ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. So I tend to then put a little bit on top of it for a bit of a colour. If you're not sure what to do with ATCs, I just treat it like a little card, a mini card, and I mat and layer it first. So I then might also get my inks out and see if I might have a bit of colour left on here from just using it. Yeah, I've been using this as my pinky one. You can see it's still got some colour on. Put that on there. I've got a little blue bit on there, probably get a bit of blue around that edge and just treat it like a card. Oh, the flower one, I'll have to get that. I've got it somewhere. It's up there. Hang on, before Aldi sits down I can reach over. Yeah, it was that. I just had that little, it's actually faded quite a bit. So I didn't do enough colour. So I'm going to do it again and I'm going to colour that, because what you've got to remember with watercolour is that it comes off, it starts dark and then it comes off the paper as it dries, it's lighter. So I can fix this because I will be able to put a bit more colour in it. But just remember that. So although I did that, posted the photograph, and then it's dried more and the colour's sort of coming out of it. So I'll go back over it and do it again with, you know, try and get that more vivid, go for the real vivid colour, and then hopefully once that's dried you've still got that vivid colour there. So it might be better to use the inks than the pens, because I'm probably going to have to use a lot of colour to use the pens. So it'll be better off with inks next time. Yeah, and the idea was from something that Julie Rankin posted, a fella called the Gooch, I think he was. He was either the Gooch or the Grouch. I can't remember which one he was. The Gooch, maybe. And he did this with he did a big massive canvas, and he had paintbrushes and he had all the paint dribbling down, and then he had all the flowers across the top, and it's on the page you'd have a look at. That's where I got the inspiration from. So see, there's not much else if you're not really sure what else to do there. See what else you've got on your little stash. You don't need a huge amount of things on an ATC, really. Just a few selected pretty things. I mean, even that butterfly, you could have half the butterfly on there. That might be quite interesting. Or a bit of it coming off like that. And then just cut that down. And it's just looks pretty, but you don't really need to worry too much about what you're doing. I don't know whether I'm using the right words there. I think it's just because I know somebody in the group was saying that they struggle with ATCs, but think of it as just as a mini piece of art, a mini piece of a card, a little card topper. And if there's a theme, it's often colours, or spring, or summer, or men. You know, you can just go with getting papers out that are the right colour, and see what you think. I might put a bit more glue on him there just to make sure. I think Albie's trying to find himself a spot to sit in again. I don't know why he doesn't just come and sit in his little bed next to me. Oh, and is everybody dead excited for Sunday? I'm very excited. Absolutely gorgeous peacock collection from Dawn. That's nice. Just leave that there. I'll just cut it away down the side. I've got somebody else. Oh, here's Helen as well. Hello, Helen. And I'm not sure which Karen. We've got Karen Boland. I don't know if we've got any other Karens. I know Friday night's other people's live nights, isn't it? As well, like big people's live nights. So may not be, everybody may not be here. I don't think there's much wrong with that, really. And then we could always stick some gems on. Have I got any of Dawn's gems? I don't know. I'm just doing something really simple. I'm trying not to do anything too complicated all the time, because I know I get carried away. I've lost my pokey tool. Hang on, I'll have a drink, because it'll go cold. There it is, hiding with the things. I can't find you. Can't find me on where? Where are you trying to find me? This is the page for the live, Helen. You're on it. Oh, there's my mum. Hello, Pam Laidlaw. Hi, ma'am. I hope you're all right and everything's going well. I'm just doing a little mini topper ATC, because I haven't done them all for my little book yet. Go, and then I might just put a bit of the good old stickles on. Really like this one. This is unicorn. This goes nice with Dawn's peacocks as well. And I know she's going to be bringing some nice stickles to us on Sunday as well to go with it. I've got a lovely purple and a lovely oh, I don't know what that's like, a really, it's turquoise it says, and that one says aubergine, so they're nice as well. It might just be nice to titivate this little fella up. Sorry if I'm banging me scissors, because I know you hear that loads through the screen. So this is just a random die cut. I don't even know where I got it from. It was just something lying around in my pot of things to keep to use later. So I've been hunting out my Dawn Bibby Peacock Paradise bits of dies and embossing folders as well. So I think they might have to have a little bit of a run out. A bit of demoing if anybody's got them. So they look really good. There's a lovely butterfly in there. That's what was making me think of it, this one. I can just paint with the stickles, but you can see the colour underneath. Why I like this one, it's got like a hint of green and a hint of gold on it, but I'm getting that, I'm still getting the colour underneath from the butterfly. So do you know what, that's enough. You don't have to make it too fancy. I think anybody would be quite happy to get that, and you could put a little sentiment along the bottom if you've got a little sentiment like some, you know, happy, love, whatever. Have a little look in your stash. Sorry if you see an angry emoji, my thumb pressed it by mistake. Oh, I always do things like that. I'm really bad at using my fingers. So there, that's just a little quick one. A little bit of colour. And then what I'll do, when that's dry, I'll stick it into my little book. So that's the book we started ages ago. Got loads of places still to put bits in. So that can come in there. But I think we've probably got enough people on now for me to just have a little go getting on with it. I keep thinking, I get my days completely mixed up altogether. I thought it was Friday yesterday, all day. And then I realised it was actually not. It was Saturday. It's Friday today. So let me just pop all these little bits over, and then if we need to do anything else, I've got them still handy. That I love the I love the stickles. They're fab, aren't they? And then that's just the alcohol markers splattered in the background. So it's simple but effective, and that hasn't taken too long, but it looks really pretty. I think that's lovely. So if you're not sure, just start with something little like that. I don't even think you can get the colours. I'm looking at it on my phone and it looks really pale, but in real life, I've got a really deep turquoisey colour on there. I've got lovely purple up here, and then I've got a paler blue there. So you can't really see it as well, I don't think, on the screen. And the background in real life is a lot more vivid, I can see on my screen. So the stickles I used there is unicorn. So it's got a little bit of a hint of green and gold in it. It's lovely. That's my favourite at the minute. I just keep using that all the time. So I'll put that to the side and let it dry. And we'll have a go. There's a card I was going to do, and I haven't actually even done it yet as a practice run. But we have used the picket fence before. So I thought we could start with this one. That should be all right. Hi, Julie. Thanks for joining us. We're just getting started. And look, we're going to do a picket fence with some of Dawn's real flowers. I have a little go at it. I've not had a practice run, so we're just going to see how we go. I have picked out a paper. I've got some of that Studio Light. No, I think it's Studio Light. Don't think Dawn's got this anymore. Not sure. But I picked out a paper, and I thought that would go nicely inside as a backdrop. And then we could pick out sort of purples and yellows. I don't have any pansies, unfortunately, in my stash, but I thought I've got purples and yellows definitely, so they would go. Now this size is 6 by 6, so it's not quite the right size for the card. So I've cut a little bit off, fussy cut a little bit off another one, which I'm just going to layer up and stick on there. So I'm going to cut it down to size first, which I haven't done yet. Yeah, I think that would be nice. I've just picked out a few bits and pieces. So let me just check the size of this card. 5 inches. So we'll go down. Whoops, a daisy. I don't think I need to layer it. I'll just use some colour around it. So it was 5, so I'll go down to 4 3/4 on there, and do the same on that side. I would like that bit. Oh me, all right, I'll manage it. It's not going to be straight. Let's go there, and I've got it straight along the little line there, so that's straight, and that's my 4 3/4. There we are. Then those little bits I'll put into the stash for ATCs and tags, which I've got a little box down here. So before I'm going to put this on, I'm going to put a little bit of colour around, and I do have a bit of paper I've been using. So you can see on the front, save a little bit of time, I've used a grey pen, and I've just gone down the same side on each strut as a little bit of a shadow. I've then gone on with a little bit of the let me show you which one. It's in the pastel set, and it's a soft grey sort of colour in the soft pastel set. Not pastel, sorry, the soft set. So I've done a little bit of that, and then I've then put a little bit of green just around this corner, because that's where I'm going to put my flowers. So I've already done that ready, but I think we'll go and do a little bit of colour around this one, and I'm just shielding the rest of my card with a piece of paper so I don't make a load of mess. And I think, what colour should we have? Did I use that green? Oh, might just go around with the purple if I've got the purple. 2 seconds, I've put them in a little pot up here. Yeah, that's a purple one, because I've got purple sky. So I've got my brush that's roughly purple. Get a little bit off there, and then just go around. Okay. I can just use what's on the table on my glass mat. Pick it up. There we go. I'll keep that in there. And just go down that side. That's a little bit harder to get to. There we go. And then that's going to go on there. So that will help me just see where I need a little bit more colour. Want a bit more up here. Like that. And a little bit more down there. That's it. And then I think I will go round the edge of this a little bit as well. On the top. That'll just help it pop a little bit. So everybody's got bated breath for Sunday, I'm assuming. And I know some of you have already bought. It's all live, Dawn's collection on the website. I think you can get the downloads and things and order things. I've pre-ordered the paper kit. I'm just doing a little bit of edging. I just find if you've got any little white bits, then if you put a little edge over it, that just helps get rid of it. There we go. So that's that one. Put the lid on there, and then we can stick it down just with some of Dawn's glue. There we are. Julie Jones is watching. Have I said hello to you, Julie Jones? Hello, Julie Jones. Thank you for joining us. Probably get the digital version. Yes, I think it's very handy. And I did look. I think it was Sarah Jane Kennedy was worrying about fussy cutting. So there's because you can get bits and pieces in the digital collection. You can get the ones that are toppers and backgrounds and all the stuff that actually means that you don't have to do a huge load of fussy cutting. There's some lovely toppers that you can just mat and layer and then titivate up. So it makes it accessible for everybody, and then you've got it all the time if it's on digital as well. Yeah, I bet it is gorgeous, isn't it, Jackie? I've had a little sneak peek, so it is lovely, and it's just reliant on your printer. I've just got an ordinary inkjet printer, and I used printed a few bits out, and I just used normal copy paper, which I can then just stick on, and I used some slightly heavier paper that was, you know, could still go through my printer, and they both worked all right. I don't think my printer's particularly fancy. I'm looking forward to some of the more, you know, the speciality paper that Dawn's going to get, because when you print it on that, you know, maybe it's a more like a decoupage paper as well, that you know, that you're used to having things on, and that'll look good. So there, I've just popped that on there to fill the space, and that's it. Lovely. So I'm going to go back to the beginning again. Now, while I'm working on this, I'm going to get my bit of paper there to protect that one, but I also might just pop, so I've got all my bits and pieces inside plastic bag, and I might also pop that in there, just because I'm thinking, what if I'm going to be gluing and messing? Am I going to be sticking to bits and pieces? So maybe I'll have that there as well, just a bit of plastic. I'll see how I go. If it gets in my way and it annoys me, then I won't. Hi Julie, thanks for joining us. Nice to see you. Just have a little slurp of my coffee. So what I've done ready is I've also got the struts ready that go across the picket fence. I'm going to stick this one on first. Now I think I might just stick that down, not 3D, and I'll go over the top of that one. Haven't tried this yet, guys, so guys and girls, folks, I shouldn't say guys, should I? Because there's girls and guys. Everybody. I haven't tried it, but I just thought, well, we can do it together, can't we? It's probably good if you see things when they're not, you know, if it goes wrong, we can troubleshoot together. So I'm just going to stick that little strut across there. Done the same with that. I put a little bit of colour on it. This one, I want to use this corner, I think, for some of my flowers. I was going to go in this corner here. I don't know why I always seem to go to bottom right and top left. Must just be because I don't know whether it's to do with the way I'm right-handed or left-handed. I have no idea. But that's where my eye is wanting to be. So I think I might stick a couple of little, just one bit along here to hold it in position. Do that. I'll probably get away with another little bit there, and then I might have to be clever about where I put the rest, because I would like to be able to, right, so that is going to go there. I've done it on the wrong side. Oh, silly me. Look, already I'm going to have to stick something on that now. So there's the first mistake. I've already coloured that side, and now I've gone and done that. Look, do you know what? I'm just going to colour it again. That's the easiest way to do it, isn't it? Colour it again. Do not worry. Do not fret. Now I've got bits of things stuck all over me. Stick them to my cup. There we are. Right, turn that over, and I want my grey pen that I used just to go along the bottom edge. As you can see what I did before. So I just went along that edge. Went along this edge just to give a bit of a shadow with the grey pen, and then I got my, what was left on this from the grey colour, I just put a little bit of that over it, and then what was left on my green from when I was doing green things, I then put a little bit of that over it. I had enough just on that one end. There you go. So I fixed that now. So it's as quick as that. And I've just got to be canny about where I put the sticky bits, because I want to be able to poke things in and on. So I want to poke under here. So I'm not going to stick any more than that on. And if I need to, I can just poke in some of my glue gel to hold it down. So I'm going to put that one there, kind of in line with that one-ish. There. So I'm going to leave that bit so I've got a pokey area. Does that sound like that would work? Who has a grandson visiting? Karen Cowan. Oh, good luck with that. Debbie Owen is watching as well. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Karen. Hello, anybody who's watching but not speaking to us. That's fine. We just like you to come and have the company. You don't have to talk. We're just doing this picket fence card. So now what are we going to do? We need to put the flowers in. Right. Can tell I'm just a little bit off, but I'm fine. So I'm going away next week on a little holiday. Lucky duck. So I won't be here to do you a live. So after Sunday with Dawn, watching Dawn. She's on tomorrow on Instagram. I have to unplug that. It's got a little bit sticked. So this is some of the, it's not silicone glue anymore. It's just glue that used to be called silicone glue, but it's just called glue now. Jelly glue. I don't know what it's called now. When I first started doing decoupage many years ago, it was silicone glue. This is non-silicone silicone glue. But I'm going to use this because it'll be, hopefully, things will stick quickly for you to be able to see what's going on as well. So we're just going to put a bit there on my little lid. And I like a little cocktail stick to help me put things on. Right, shall we have a go? Shall we have a go? Let's go for it. What's the worst that can happen? If it looks rubbish. Right, so I've picked out from the leaves collection. I've got a big, huge bag of foliage from Dawn. So I've got loads of foliage, so I've got that, and I picked out a few little bits of greenery that I thought I would use. Then I've picked out some of my flowers. There's some Charlottes there. You could use anything you want. I've got viburnum blooms. I've got small blooms. Can we see these? So there's quite a few little bits of colours there. These have all come out of, I'm not sure which bag they came out of, but these are all Dawn's little bags for flower ranges, as are those leaves. These ones, I had a bunch off Dawn that came with purple and pale lemon, and a bunch that came with the brighter yellow and the pale lemon. So I picked those out because I wanted to have the purple that's bright, and this was off another little bunch from Dawn. Dawn will probably recognise all these, but I don't know what that was. But that sort of was a little bit cute looking as well. So I picked out a few flowers from the collections, and I'll see what else I've got. I did have some more that I was going to use. Where have I put them? Oh, it was a nice big packet. Oh, they're behind me. Look in here. So that's another little packet of nice bits and pieces, like little leaves. So I might use some of those. And I've got these up here. I don't know. I've got so many. Let's just see what we can do. I'm going to start with the greenery. And my idea is just to try to use the... let's push this up a bit. You might have to just take your comments off the bottom while you're watching, which you just do by the little arrow at the bottom left, in case you can't see what I'm doing if it's a little bit far down. I have the flowers in the picket fence card blanks coming in the next order. Oh, lovely. Well, this is the first time I'm trying it with Dawn's flowers, because I have used the paper flowers before, but I haven't done it with any of the these little bits and pieces. So I'm just going to trim that down because I want it to sit a bit flatter there. And you can see why I didn't want to put all of the foam pads on that bottom one. So I'm just going to use some of my silicone glue. This will stay gloopy for quite a while, so I probably will be able to get other ones tucked in to it as well. And then we'll just get some of these little green ones as well. Hopefully then this will just all be hidden. and I haven't planned where they're going to go, but I'm just thinking to myself, if I go with some greenery first, tuck them around under there, just trim them down to get different heights. I've probably got enough glue, so I'm going to put this little bit under here, coming up there, and hopefully we can see. I mean, I could have some coming down there, couldn't I, so I don't look as if they're just flying in the sky. Don't know what I did that for. Let's do that then. We better have a bit of green coming round. Maybe that one can come over the top, so I can always stick things. Right, let's have a go with this, because I'm hoping if I don't put too much on of this, maybe it will still go. It'll still, I don't know if you can see me gluing. I'm just trying not to put too much on that one, because I'll always put something over the top of it later. I need a bit more there. Put the glue in the wrong place. So put the glue behind the flower petals. I'm going to take that bit of glue off, and I'm just going to go for that there. This is the only one that may be a little bit dodgy, not wanting to sit, because I'm sticking it over the top and all the rest are going underneath, so that's not going to go. I think that needs to be a flower. I'm going to go back to popping it through, sticking it down there. There we go. Now it might look like a bit of a mess with all the glue at the moment, but we'll be able to hide things and sort them out later. So there we go. So that's not bad. Now we might stick some little, about these little fellas. These look nice. These ones are called petite stems. Let's have some of those. They would come up nicely up in the sky as well. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's just see. I think so. I think the idea of trying to hide it behind the bit's all right, but I do need to cut them down as well. I'll make sure that I'm trimming things down a bit. I'm going to be absolutely covered in glue. But you know what? We're not going to know unless we try whether it's going to work. And yes, maybe I should have tried it before I came live. That might have been a sensible thing to do, but oh dear, why do that? Let's just go with it. I don't think we need to worry too much. I'm quite confident that we will be able to fiddle around with anything that looks a bit dodgy. It's quite pretty. Is that looking all right so far? A little pink one in there. Let's see where I want it to be. I might go down a bit. So just cut my little stems off. It's all just a little bit of fun, isn't it? Crafting's just got to be enjoyable and not cause any stress. Otherwise, maybe you don't want to be doing it at the time. This one just keeps moving. So I'm going to have to hide some of those there. Now, I feel as though that wants to be held down a little bit now because it's starting to move around. So I'm going to just try poking that, because I might see if I'm putting any more flowers in. I'm just making it up as I go along, everybody, as we can probably tell. I don't know whether that's going to go there or not. Right, try that. We'll just see whether I can poke that underneath. I'll have an avalanche of flowers falling because I've got so many bags in front of me here. Oh, hi Joe. You must have needed a little nap if you fell asleep. Don't worry about it. I'm just making this up as I go along, and I'm not really sure that it's going very well, but we're going to have a go. Right, I'm going to put that down there because I've done quite a lot of flowers at the back poking out, and I think I might do some around the front. It's looking good already, Angela. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I'm just trying. Let's have a look. So I'm going to lift it up a minute. Let me put these ones away because I think I've done enough with those little fellas, petite stems. And at the top. Oops, sorry, I've just knocked me screen. Sorry about that. And then we're going to get some of the little flowers out and see what we can do with them. Let me just lift it up because I'm curious to see it a little bit better. I can kind of see it on the screen roughly. Now I've got my hands are absolutely covered in this glue, so let me just should have brought my wet wipes in. I'll just use my little trusty rag to give it a little bit there. There we go. Right, pop that down. I'm going to have a little lift up. And we can see glue here, so I'm going to need to put something there. Oh yeah, that looks all right. Not too bad. Now that one's popped out. Has sneaked out. So I'm going to put that back in. And then I'm just going to tuck it back. I appear to have lost this little one. Seems to have come out. What I'm going to do is get rid of those little bits on the end. I think they're in the way. And then I've just got a stick. So cut them off. I don't need my big prongs for these ones because the little, you know, I don't need the big, oh, what do you call them? Them snippy yellow things. Somebody help me. What do you call them things that we do with the flowers that are stronger? These are little thin ones, so I can use my scissors. But if you were using the ones that are thicker, you need your other little things, and I haven't got them with me. Wire cutters. Thank you, Jackie. I knew somebody would know what I was on about and help me, because I just totally could not remember the name. There. So, just trying to get them. I do like threes and odd numbers. Fives, ones, threes, fives, and just little different heights if we can. So hopefully that's looking all right. Let's have a look and see what else I've got with the flowers. So we might want something a bit bolder, and want something that's going to sit nicely. That's got quite a fat end. I can cut that off, but I need to be quite close, and I'm not sure what that'll be like. Shall I have a go? Let's go really close to there and see if the flower falls apart. Sometimes you just have to have a little experiment, because if you go too close, you take off so much of the things that actually keep it together. There we go, that one's all right. So that could go on, but it's a little bit conical for me at the minute. I'm going to leave that one out. Got some more leaves that we can always tuck in later as well. Once we've got a few flowers on, that'll be nice. And I was thinking about purple. So again, now this one, I can see that knobble there is holding the flower in. So I have a feeling if I cut that closer, that it might just decide it doesn't want to stay together. But I'm going to have a go, because once I've glued it, actually it's got just enough. So we could go for a bigger flower. I'm just going to place them, these ones, for the minute. I don't want to, you know, do it too fast because I might make it look rubbish. So let's just go a bit slower. But it's nice to know some of the flowers, you just need to have a go with how short or how long you can get away with cutting them. I found with the Charlotte that you've got to look where that is attached so that you don't cut that off. Otherwise you do find that, yeah, I think that one's too big. So I want something a bit smaller than this. So that's a bigger flower. I want some smaller ones, I think. Now the other thing that you can do is colour them a little bit. Oh, there's some nice blues. I like these blues and purples. So you can colour these flowers. which I think I did on a previous live. I'll get that one out. I just used the markers and coloured them. Alcohol markers are probably the best because they'll stay. But you can have a go at colouring things as well if you want to. That's quite a nice colour. Now, if I pull that off, there you go. We've got a flower straight away. So I could put this one in. That's a nice one. Put this one in here somewhere. Might want a couple of those. Oh, what are those little yellow ones? I've got all sorts. Right, this is the ones that are Charlotte's. So if you look at the Charlotte on the back, you can see two little prongs sticking out here. Now those little two prongs are keeping the flower together. So if you're going to cut the Charlotte down, go to the other side of your little prong so that it's still going to stay together there. So I'm going to leave those bits because otherwise my yellow petals will fall off. Does that make sense? So just have a little look before you start trimming them too close. If you're doing this kind of work where you want them to be as short as possible, have a little look at the back and check that you're not cutting off anything that's actually holding the flower together. Not so bad when you're doing your wreaths because you need something to poke in. So you're not, I mean, that is fine if you're poking it in a wreath. If you want a short stick, that's no bother at all. But if you're going down to this size for your flowers on cards, just have a little look at the back. I think about where you want to place them. That nice, that little yellow one's nice. I like that. So I'm going to get another one of them. I think this is the Charlotte, I do believe, because I learned by trimming them too close last time. I like them, those yellows. Can you see enough? So I'm not sticking these ones on quite just yet because I want to have a little bit more play. Sorry, I've just knocked my screen again. Oh, that's the mini Charlotte. That's ideal because I had the bigger Charlottes before. Shall we have a little mini Charlotte? Hi Sam, nice to see you. I'm just playing with Dawn's flowers and the picket fence card. Now this is so tiddly. You might get away with just poking it in. But I feel like that's just too much there. All those little bits for my card. Let me have a little play with it. I like to deconstruct things. I'm going to snip those prongs off because there's too many of them for me. Because I might be able to just get it in using the long stick. I don't want all them prongs. So if I was to poke it somewhere. Oh, I'm finding it a bit tricky with my my thing on my head. What do you call it? My camera. I know I'm not sticking them yet. I might just get a bit more dimension if I do that. Yeah. So if I leave those three together, that might be a good idea. And then I think I need a bit more yellow. What do you think, everybody? Is that coming together nicely? And we could always go for a little bit of greenery coming along there as well. I do want another bit of yellow, I think. Where are my yellow ones? Sorry, they're all going to fly around. So these are pinks and purples. These are viburnum blooms. They are pale, creamy ones. They're quite cute. I may need to go behind and find my yellow one. I think they're just a bit too big. Right, I want some more of these little ones. Where are they? Come hither. You're not going to play, are you? Where have I put you? I've had so many of them out today. And I've had them laid all over the place that I've probably lost them by now. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go up in my vase that I've got up here. And I'm going to get some of my daisies. Because they've got little yellow middles, haven't they? So I can cut that quite short as well, I think. But let me keep it long for a minute because I might poke them. again, because they might be nice. Put them to the side, and that's just coming out my vase. Got a vase full of little flowers to make to look pretty in my room, and then I can pull them out when I need them. Yeah, so that's got the yellow middle, so I think that's going to go well as well. So we could poke a yellow daisy in there just to bring the yellow in, and maybe another little yellow daisy. I might go shorter and put one under there. So shall we have a little go at putting these in then? Am I going to remember what I've done? If I look as if I'm doing something wrong or different to what I've done before, shout. Right, let's hope we haven't lost all the gloopy glue. That's just not happy there. Let me stick, actually, I get Dawn's glue under there, it'll stick, won't it? Just because I've got such a lot of flowers poked in under my fence picket fence strut. I've used 2 little bits of foam pads. I'm going to stick them together with Dawn's glue. We've not got Sarah Marchett tonight. She will be telling me to hold it for 10 seconds. She might be on one of the other channels because I know she watches some of the crafters. There we go. Thank you, Kim. Yellow and purple. Yeah, so that came from the fact that I used that Studio Light card that was yellow and purple. I didn't have any pansies, but I thought, oh, they're lovely colours, spring colours. That'd be nice. Hot glue for flowers on quite a few of my cards. Yeah, I have got a hot glue gun, but I haven't got it out at the minute. So I've just been using Mad Glue Gel. And I have still yet to have a play with my new toy, which is my what have I called it? The glue pot. Dawn's glue pot. So hopefully, I got that round a different way to before, but it's fine. We'll poke that in there. This one was going to be a biggish one here, wasn't it? So we'll get a bit of that. Yeah, your glue gun. I think there's a few people getting their glue guns, aren't there? So, and you can also use your heavy body gel, which I quite like using, but I think today I just thought I'd go for this stuff. Actually, sometimes find it easier just to poke it straight out the tube. It's starting to get a little bit dry on my table. I can sit it up where I want it with that gel. Let's hope it's going to poke in there all right. It should dry once I've left it a bit, and then I find if anything does fall out, it's easy enough to just poke things back in. I'm trying to get them to sort of sit up a little bit, aren't I? So I also want that little bit of greenery coming along there, so I'm going to stick that in under that bit. That'll help that stay. Yeah, I do need my glue pot out, Sam. I bought it for myself for my birthday, and I have not got it out yet, and I have not used it yet. So when I come back off my little Jolly Hollies, that shall be a plan of action to try to use the glue pot. At the minute, I'm getting as messy with this as I can. Just trying to poke things in little holes that I can see. And it's quite hard doing it from the far away angle that I'm at. I think I do need still not stuck down again there, Dawn. Get your glue down there. It'll stick. If it doesn't stick at the minute, I'll get that to stick later. Let me have a little lift up. So I want some more daisies in to get the yellow. I want some under there, so I'm going to cut that one down. I know Dawn said you just to be careful with the glue pot when you're near paper, getting it all over the paper and sticking to things. But right now, let's have a little look here, because I've got to remember that there's another side, and my idea is that if it looks messy on the other side, that I have to cover it with something. So I'm trying to, if I tip it over, don't want it all to fall out. Can you see that? I'm trying to leave that side to be neat. I don't want them all sticking out that way as well, otherwise I'd have to start fiddling around with covering it up at the back. So just when I was putting that daisy in, I was trying to make sure that it was going into a space that I wanted it to go into. Now I'm not I've got no training in flower arrangement, but I have flower arranging in the family. Therefore I try to pick up tips off my best little mam, who is, I think she's still watching. So she did flower arranging and cake decorating, so I learned little bits and pieces off my mam. And my Auntie Joan, who is getting on a bit now, she was a flower arranger. She used to go around the country demonstrating with her sister. They were like a double act, they were like a comedy double act doing flower arranging. So, right, let me just have a look again, because I'm struggling to see and I need to lift it up and have a little look. So I pointed at myself. Oh, actually, I think that's looking quite good. What do we think? Do we need any more? I think that looks all right. Oh, Helen, I hope you're feeling better soon. You can watch the rest on catch up. It'll be on for 30 days, so you can watch on catch up. But yeah, if you're not feeling well, get yourself off to bed, and I hope you feel better soon. Hi Gillian, sorry I missed seeing you popped in as well. Yeah, watch what you've missed on catch up, that's fine. And did I miss anybody else? Patricia, hello Patricia, nice to see you. No worries, this is just the first project, so we haven't done an awful lot yet. I've done a bit of flower arranging on the front of the card, and I'm quite pleased with that, really. So it needs something else, so when we open it up it looks lovely on the inside. I've got those nice yellow flowers as well to complement it, and I've managed to keep the back looking fairly clean on there. And you can see I'm tipping it around and it's not falling out and not falling to pieces, but it isn't solid stuck yet. So I'll leave it overnight and it should be solid stuck by tomorrow. But I would say I need something in that top corner as well. What have I got that we can put in that top corner? Probably only more flowers, because I don't think I've got anything else around, because I hadn't actually planned this one other than the fact that I knew there was going to be some flowers in it. So I'll have to take this out actually now if I'm going to do something on that top bit. Let me just think about it. Put this down here to keep the glue from being on the rest of the card down there. We need something in the corner. So have I got any more little flowers that I thought were nice, and little leaves? I like these leaves. These are quite good. Hi Tracy. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I think we need something like that. So that'll echo the one I've got at the bottom. And take that across that side. I could even take it back a bit and use some leaves going the other way. Hopefully I've got more of these if I need them. Put a little bit that way and a little bit that way, and then that's like a corner shape. I think that would be nice, and then it'll echo that a little bit. And then probably need some more of my flowers that I've used before to fill in the gaps. I haven't got them all out ready. Got another purple one, but I think that's a bit too big because that's my main one down here. So maybe this one I wasn't sure about using. Nope, I don't want that. It's not making me happy to see that one on there. Let's have a little look up here. These ones. That's quite big as well. I think I just want something on the in middler size. I'm going to get a couple of my daisies again because they are cute. Snip my daisies out of my daisies. And what else have I got in my little stash of blooms? I might get that purple again. I've got some more of those purples. Put them in and the daisies in, and that might do. So we might go for those ones. And they, yeah, because I've coloured that other one up. But you get that one out. And put that in the top corner. So I'm just going to do a bit less in this corner, but just so there's a little bit of something there. That purple looks a little bit too pale. I should put a little bit of colour on it. I'll tell you what I'll do. It's got a little bit there that's annoying me. So can you see that little bit sticking out there? I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. And I'm just going to go around the middle of the flower with the blue. I did that, I think, with the last one. I did let these dry when I did this last time. Just use a bit of water to let it seep out a little bit. I know alcohol markers are probably better for that, for colouring things, but it's using all right with my little aqua ones. I'll just give it a little dry quickly. There, just because I thought, and then that'll just give it a little bit more colour on that bit. So I'm going to stick those leaves down first. I'll have to go and have a look, Sam, and see all your wreaths that you've been doing. You're a very busy bee at the minute with all your flowers and arranging your wreaths, and that's my next job. I'm going to get my mum down to help because she'd be really good at them. She can give me a little lesson in flower arranging. Right, stick, stick, stick. And then you can stick to that as well. Let it sit a minute and then I'll get it to hold that in a little bit. Get the big flower on. Like that. And a little bit shorter. Sorry, when I'm concentrating, I'm going really quiet, aren't I? Let me turn it round a minute so I can just see. I've got enough glue there, you see, to just poke in. I actually think that flower would have been better if I'd left it purple, but because I used the aqua marker, I think that'll fade a bit and I can wet it later. Like that one. And maybe that way. Just slightly shorter. Poke you in there. I need it to be a bit of a purpley, darker purple, don't I? Being a proper little menace today, fiddling around with my flowers. In mid-floor, hoping for the best. Messing about with them. In situ. There we go. I'm sure we'll be fine once they've sat for a bit. Right, let me lift that up a minute. I need to see what else I've got to do. I do want to turn them a bit. I don't like the angle that I'm at there. And I don't know if I like that daisy, that extra daisy, the top. I need something else just to be a bit different. What about these little white prongs? Maybe they'll go in. Let's see. Some of these. Funny little fellas, these ones, these little white ones, aren't they? Turn it round again. Sorry, I'm just having a peep, seeing what I'm doing. I'm moving it. I still just want a pale yellow one, and I can't find a pale yellow one. Oh, there they are. Do you know, I knew I had them. Been sitting here all the time. I knew they were there. New comments coming through on your live, Angela, without any hiccups. Oh, good. Oh, Debbie, I hope your dad's all right. Slowly improving, thank goodness. Oh, bless. I bet it was awful yesterday. Bless you. Well, I hope he's getting better. Picking up. Fingers crossed. And I do need a little yellow one in there. I might even take a daisy out. I don't know. I think I might stop this one in a minute because I think I've done enough. I need a butterfly or something on here, and I don't have any with me, or a sentiment or something. So I think we're all right though. I might still fiddle with this tomorrow and take things out if I don't like it. I like my flowers on the bottom corner. They've gone where I want them to go. I'm not sure about my flowers on the top, but there. It's this daisy here. Don't like that one. Come out. Get out. You come out. I don't like you. You're not making me very happy. There we go. I prefer it without that other daisy. Right, let me have a little look again. Probably just need a little leaf or something there to hide the gloop and the glue. And that will be a good thing. And it will be finished. Ooh. I may have to hunt around. Oh, there's my bag of foliage. So let's see if I've got any foliage leaves still. Ooh. Let me just see what I've got. I can poke in. No, that's not the ones. 2 seconds, I think they're behind me. Wait there. Do not go anywhere. Not on that bunch. Where are you, little fellas? Oh, it's on this bunch. This little bunch. This is a nice little bunch. I don't know what this bunch is when Dawn's watching back, or if anybody knows. That's quite a nice little bunch. It's got these nice little leaves in. Where are they? Down there. Oh, pinched. That's them. We can get them out. I'm not spoiling the bunch really by the little bits that I've pinched out of it. Still good. Stick it in the jar. Oh, lovely. So I'm just going to put a couple of little bits at the top here. I'm just going to check my things again. A little bit of moss. Is that on mine or on something that... yeah, on that little bit up here, do you mean? Yeah, that's a good idea as well. A little bit of moss. I'm just going to hope that if I poke another leaf in there, that it's just a bit less obvious that I've been... Yep. Right, how's that looking? So I think for the florals, I'm happy with it. And it's looking good. I love that bright purple and then the little bits of yellow. So I'm happy with that. And I just think I'll need a little bit of a something there. I'll have a little look for a butterfly or a little sentiment even. I could put my sentiment up there. I think the only sentiment I've got handy is a happy birthday, which I'll have to stamp onto something to use it. So I might do that later and we can move on to another project. Is that all right? So I'll let that all dry before I start fiddling around doing any more bits and pieces with it. But I think we've managed to keep the inside clean on there as well. We've got that lovely pattern paper, and then I've used Dawn's flowers to do a little bit of an arrangement, and it should all stand up as well. Let me get my bit of paper out. Fingers crossed. Yes, we do. We stand up. And all the gluey bits will dry clear, so we shouldn't see any bits and bobs then. Hooray! So actually that went all right. Having said that I hadn't had a go at it yet, we managed to do it. I'm just going to tidy my little bits and pieces up into the bag, and then we'll have a little look at what else I've got to play with. I may well just put all the flowers up, and I'll sort them out later, and I might get some more out. But if I put them all in this bag, do you think I've got enough? I don't think I need to buy any more. I've got plenty. Put them out the way. Right, that's one card down. Leave me gloopy bits there, and I'm going to pick all this up. My stick. Right, lovely. Right, have I missed any more comments? Making a card and an ATC for the swaps. What's the theme at the minute, Tracy? I wasn't sure what you were all doing your theme on, otherwise, because I could have done an ATC for matching the theme. Anybody was struggling. Just take me glue off me cup and I'll drink that last little bit of coffee. It's in there. Lovely. Right, we'll put that out the way somewhere safe. Can bring it back in later. I just left everything white on the picket fence apart from that little bit of colour, but you could put more colour on, or you could, I was thinking about putting it through a embossing folder, if I could have found my wood grain embossing folder. You don't need any more, Angela, but you'll probably buy more. Oh, I know, I've got so many there. Definitely don't need any more. Need to keep my money for me holidays now. My little rag's on the floor. Let me just pick it up a minute. So I'll give this table a little mini wipe. This is my good squirter. Just give it a little clean down, ready for the next one. Hope it's not too noisy when I'm doing that, because I know it bangs the device I've got holding that tablet above my head. Right, there we go. Put the water out the way as well, because I don't want it creating a shadow. Right, let's have a little. Oh, Spring Easter is the theme. Right, well, see, we might have a. That would have been ideal as little flowers, wouldn't it? Easter. Whoa, I think that's an these sort of purple and yellow flowers would have been ideal, wouldn't they? Right, let me just see what I've got next, because I think we might do a little card next, and then we can always do some more flowers in a little while, and then we've got a little bit of different things. So I didn't have a chance to look at all of the fairy tale stuff properly, so I've actually just got some quite simple things to go through, but that's not a bad thing. It's nice when you're just getting a new collection to maybe just do some simple things to start with and then get a feel for it. So I'm going to use this Enchanted Fairy Tale. It's quite dark. This was a request from Jackie, I think, to use it, so I'll probably do another one. I might do like a mixed media one with it, and I might go for the purples because they're lovely. So there's loads of die cut elements in here. Don't think I need to go through all of them, but you can see there's plenty. I've been picking around at them all already. These girls are lovely. So a big die cut book, but yeah, at the back, these are good. They all pop out as well, so you can just make cards straight off with these ones. Just sticking them on, putting a bit of stickles on. So you've got some nice toppers, and then you've got words at the back as well, which is always handy. So that paper elements one, and then in this one I've got background papers to use. So it's got loads of nice colours for your matting and layering, or for scene building. But they're quite dark. They're really dark. I think it's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be fair. So I think it's not going to appeal to everybody, even though it's fairies and such like. but I thought we'd just have a go at making a couple of cards and see whether that sort of give you a bit more mojo to using it. So I'll go for this one first. So all I've done, I've got some bits and pieces ready, and then we'll build it. So I do believe I've made a 5x7 out of some of Dawn's black card, because that was easy in trying to find my 5x7 cards. I've then found another lovely bit of shiny card, which I've just got to mat and layer. Right, let's have a little look. Hang on. There are some lovely images in it. I think that sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming, doesn't it? You don't know where to start with them. So I just thought I'd do a little bit and it might just get people going on it. So I'm going on holiday to Fuerteventura with my mum and my daughter and the other gran. And we're trusting Wes to stay home and look after Albie. Yeah, I don't think I've missed anything else at the minute. If I have missed it, just say it again, because I don't want to spend the time just keep scrolling up and down looking at those. Oh, it's double-sided, this. Seems a shame to gut this, doesn't it? To not gut it. So you can gut them if you want with your paper trimmers, and then you're not feeling like you're using all your card up. But I've just cut that ready, pop on there. I've then got a piece of the background paper, picked a greenish one, and I have gone down the sides with a bit of wax. So let me have a little look. I was just trying to find a bit of get a bit of sheen. You can get coloured waxes, and I don't know what waxes Dawn's got. These are ones I've got from elsewhere, so I'm sure there's be some Pentart ones that Dawn stocks, but I'm not sure what colour she has or what she can get hold of. So I just went round the edge. I've done the two sides, and I just thought it would give that little bit extra sheen. Because it's quite dark, I think a little bit of a shine on it will help it. So I'm just going down and putting quite a bit on there. Does anyone else in your family craft? I'm the only one in mine. Oh, well, Tracy, all my family do. So my mum is a crafter. She does paper crafting. She mostly does crocheting and knitting. She's super speedy, but she does card making as well. When I was little, she used to make all manner of things. She used to make soft toys and stuff and sell them. So yeah, my mum's very crafty. I learned from my gran and my mum how to do crocheting and knitting, so I've done that since I was little. My sister is a crafter. She does card making as well, but she's also been doing amazing mosaic crochet recently. So she's got tons and tons of blankets that she's been making. Very, very talented. And my sister-in-law also crafts. She does card making. I've lost my little rag again. This is not my day, is it? There's my little rag. There it is. Keeps falling on the floor. Just want to get that off there before I get it all over everything else. And then I can stick that one down. And who else crafts? My daughters. Just going to give it a little rub. My two daughters have learned how to crochet. So Imogen's away in Germany at the minute, you know that, and she's keeping herself occupied by doing little crochet projects. So little decorations for her bedroom she's been doing. I'll just get Dawn's glue going. So the two girls are doing it as well now, doing a bit of crochet. And my daughter Isla, she's come and raided all my stash and took a load away. She likes to just do like little collages and pages and decorating little journal pages. So she does that as well. So she's pinched a few of my sort of Stamperia and Ciao Bella books to go and play with. Now I've put such a lot of wax on there that it's just sticking all over me now, but it will dry on. I'll just give it a little rub, it'll be fine. I think I got carried away. Right, then I've also cut out one of the frames from this collection, and I used that same silvery grey card. and then I went round the edge with a bit of gold gilding, and I thought we could stick that on there. But before we do that, let's get the other little bits and pieces. So this kit, this die set was oval archways as well, so I've cut that one out. I just popped that out of the packet from the die cuts and went round that with a little bit of gold, and then I've probably trimmed it a little bit because I was trying to make sure it fit. So you can see it's not quite the same shape because I was fiddling and faffing and trimming because I wanted to get it the right size, and I didn't get my die cut machine back out again to do it. But I'm going to stick that on there. I'm not worried about the bottom bit here because I've got a fairy that I've picked, and my fairy is going to sit over that bottom bit. So yeah, it's a pretty die. I saw an example of it on the Studio Light page, and somebody done that die in a very light colour, which was good, I think, as well, because there's a lot of darkness in this collection. If you maybe want to use some lighter colours for framing, then that might be good. Yeah, so the little arch is lovely, and I've just stuck it on some more sparkly little bits of sparkle. I thought would help just lift it a little bit. I know that's silver, but I've combined silver and gold. It seems to be doing all right, so I'm going to put that one on there, and I think I might raise that one up. Let's put that there for the minute. I'm going to put this one on here, and I think I'm going to lift that one up as well. So let's put some foam pads on here. Get a whole load. Is everybody all right? I lose track of what time it is, so I know people might start getting tired and want to go and have a sit down, but sometimes I know what we're all like on this in this group. We'll just sit here for hours watching crafting and doing crafting, and I'm very open to suggestions. I know Lorraine was making a little list when she was on the other day, things to do. I'm quite happy to make a little list if there's any requests, what you want to do. 4 minutes to 9, that's all right. I'm not feeling too bad. I think the paracetamols have worked, and I've been trying to remember to drink, because I think sometimes when I feel a bit wishy-washy, it's because I've forgotten to drink enough fluid. I've had quite a bit today, so that's good. Went to the hairdressers today to get my hair done for my holidays, and I'm feeling very nice and freshened up, and I even had my nails done. So I never ever get my nails done. I've never had long nails because when I was in the health service, I wasn't really allowed long nails, and I wasn't allowed nail varnish, so they're very stubby. But I just thought I would still get them done, and I've just gone for like a pale pink, but it's got a bit of gold shimmer in it, which I thought would be nice for my holidays and wouldn't look too bad with little stubby nails. So that's what I've gone with. Now turn that over so I don't have it on the wrong side. I've put the sticky ones on there. I was going to put the sticky ones on here. Nobody told me. Nobody shouted. I'm okay. I can watch until I drop. Yeah, no. Sometimes Dawn's on till ridiculous o'clock, isn't she? I have been there with her. I wasn't there with her in lockdown. I know you were all there, and I hear that you had very, very late nights in lockdown. Right, George Asper, I've tried and tried but can't get the hang of it, but I love knitting. Made a blanket with different styles of knitted squares. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm quite slow with my knitting. I love to do knitting and crochet, but I do, if I've got to follow a pattern, my brain is not happy. But I like doing like little squares, because then you can make a bag, and you know, you can do all sorts, can't you? Make little blankets and little mini things. So crochet I do a bit more of at the minute, but I think I first learned probably knitting from, I used to knit little Santas at school and little dolls and things. I remember doing them at school, and everybody got them as a little present. Just going to put plenty of foam pads on because I've got millions, and it'll sit nicer. I'm not going to put any on those edges. Thank you, Karen. Did you? I didn't know that you popped on actually. I saw Karen. I get mixed up with Karens, so I think I've seen one Karen, but then there's another Karen. So sorry if I haven't said hello to everybody. I did some crafting for Dawn the other day, and you should have seen. It was like it had been snowing all over the floor. It was all in Albie's basket down on the floor and in his bed, absolutely covered, because I've just been taking little bits of backing off, and I don't know if I've even got all the little holes out of here yet. Let me just see where I want it. This is my hardest thing, is lining up when I'm not in front of, when I'm like on an angle. So I know that's probably going to be wonky, but please excuse me because I can't see very well from the angle I'm at, and I think I do sometimes. Just there we go. So, and then I've got my little fairy from the pad, and I've also given her a little bit of a sheen with some wax, just to, so when you're moving the card around you get a little bit of a shine. So nice and simple, and maybe just shape it a little bit. So don't forget to use your foam mat. Get your foam mats out, and when you're taking them out of the pad, we did that before, but just in case anybody hasn't seen, I get my foam mat, pick a picture that I want to take out, and I find it a lot easier if I then just use my tool to go around and undo all the little pips that are attaching it in, and then I don't rip it, because sometimes if you start doing this, pulling them, you rip something, and I did do that today. I ripped something when I was not using my ball tool. So I used the ball tool and the mat, and then you can get your little shape out nicely, and if you turn it over, then you can then give it a little bit of shape if you want to. So I've now got the ball tool off Dawn as well, which is the nice big handle for holding, so you can get a little bit of shape on onto your bits and pieces when you stick them on. So that's a good tip. I know I've shown that before, but just in case anybody is watching who hasn't seen that. So we could do that with a fairy. Just give her a little bit of shape. I don't want to give too much, I don't think. But just so she's not totally flat. Go over the back carefully. Do you know what I found the other day? I'll have to bring it out and show you. We were doing the garage and tidying it all up and emptying it all out. I'm just going to do that because I want her wings to be sticking up, but not necessarily her body. A little bit like that. Yep. I found the very first ever bit of 3D decoupage that I did. So it was a kit that my mum bought me, and it was when I was living abroad for a while, and my mum had given me these bits and pieces to keep me occupied. So she gave me a lovely decoupage kit, and I made my very first one I ever made, and I found it the other day. So I'll have to fetch it. What have I missed? Oh yeah, get your mat out, definitely. Oh, hang on a second, Tracy, what's it say? The silver shard cardstock with the light on looks like light is coming from behind the arch. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's good. So I've picked this little lady, and she's going to go down here. And again, I think we need to have her up on 3D rather than her just being flat. So you can use your gel again if you want to have certain bits sticking up and certain bits not. But I'm going to go with a thin bit down the middle here. Let's pop it up there so you can see what I'm doing. And go for a thicker bit down there, because I just want those. Let's see. I think I need more. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to do another layer. Just done that one on the table, so it's lost its sticky. So I'm going to stick another one on top. Then I can have her sticking up a little bit more and I'll see her wings better. So if you haven't got all different thicknesses of foam pads, you just double them up, triple them up, no bother. There we go. Oh, Joe just paid for your goodies, so it's scary because I think sometimes when Dawn doesn't do her invoices for a while, you get a one that comes that's more than you remember spending. Let's just get those up a little bit more. I'm just using my fingers. That's it. I don't want to spoil the shape of her wings. And then I think if I put that on there, she's sticking up enough. Yep. Right, let me just pull it down towards me so I can do it, and then I'll show you again in a minute. I'm going to pop her at the bottom. And because I just put that little extra bit of foam on, she's sitting up nicely. And she is, she's lovely. And I've put that little bit of wax on so you get that sheen again. Lovely. Then I've picked out a few words because I thought, oh, I don't often manage to put any sentiments on my bits and pieces, do I? So what have we got? We've got spread your wings and fly, a little bit of magic, follow the fairies and they will bring you home. Could do spread your wings and fly. This is where I don't like putting sentiments on because I like to wait and see what I feel like at the time. So I could put that on, or I could put follow the fairies, maybe down the bottom, in the middle. Spread your wings and fly. I might just put that one down there. And that'll do. I haven't mounted it on anything. Let me see if I've got any of the... Oh, sorry, that was me. That was my head again. Right, I'm just sanding the little pips off because you can see them otherwise. Put them on there and I'll just have a little look in my box and see if I've got any of that nice. I don't think I've got any of that left. Do I have? I've got a little bit of that one. Oh, there I have. Here, look. I've got a little bit of that. Put that down. Put that away. And I've got a little bit of that. And put a bit of that down. There we go. And I can maybe put this on. 1 and 2. Just to echo that little bit of sparkle we've got there. Die Hard is on telly again. Oh, that's Christmas, isn't it? Christmas film, I think. Right, let's stick this on. It's nice that this pack has little things in the back for sentiments because I always struggle with finding things to put on. So I like to have them. I'm just going to stick it and wing it. Put far too much glue on there. I keep forgetting Dawn's glue's really good and I don't need as much as I use. And I'm just going to cut it with my glue, with my scissors. Hold my straight one so I don't get a serrated edge. There we go. Dawn's on Instagram tomorrow, don't forget, in the afternoon. She was going to be on today. I'm not sure if also Sarah, is Sarah coming on? So I think we had Sarah Keane down as coming on at some point, so I'm not sure whether she's on this week, but check the posts because Sam keeps them up to date. Yeah, lovely, lovely. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, Tracy. Just to keep a little track on what you spend and keep a little book. I know Karen Boland must keep track of everything because she always knows how much everything is. And she keeps us all right when we're in the lives, when Dawn can't remember how much something is. There we go. That's it. And I'll just cut along there. So it might not be super straight, but we are fine. There. Seeing as I've got these little fellas on the back of my hand, I shall use them. And then that gets them out the way. Just pop a little bit of extra glue on. It's so quiet. All I can hear is little Albie. There's a drip from my conservatory drain thing. What do you call that thing that gets the rain around the edges? There we go. Put that on there. Yeah, I'm going to put it at the bottom because it's so wonky. I don't want it to be as visible. I've cut that so badly that if I stick it at the bottom, I think I'll just about get away with it. There we go. It looks quite good. I'll be as fast asleep. Yes, it's a gutter. Thank you, Karen. I just forget my words all the time. So, yeah, she looks very ethereal on the screen, doesn't she, when you've got that sort of halo of the silver coming around. Lovely. Yeah, I'm pleased with her, actually. So there's another one. Hello, puppy. What are you doing down there? Have you woken up? The ladies are asking after you. I need to put a picture of you on, don't I? All want to see you. Right, what else have we got? I've got more. No, put that one in there because I needed to fiddle around with more with that one. The ones that, there's another silvery one. Let's have a look at all these colours. So that's a bit of that lovely card that I made into a card shape. And this one is, what size did I make it? I made a 4 by 5.5. And that mainly came around because I started with the topper. So this was out of the little die cuts again. So she's a little fairy in a bell jar, poor little fairy. And I started with the fairy. And I put her onto, because I wanted her to stand out a little bit more. Again, I used another shiny card to pop her on and cut round. So I think just because they're quite dark, that shiny bit will just help lift them. Because the papers are dark as well. So I put that one on there. I quite liked the idea. I thought, well, if she's in a bell jar, she's going to be in a room somewhere. She's not outside. So I've got some of the background papers were books, and I thought, oh, she could be in the library on a shelf. So that was where the books came into it. And then I went up. I just picked the size that would fit her. And then I went up to the, so I went backwards with this one. I didn't start with the card base. I started with the topper, and then I started with the next layer and the next layer. And then when I got all those the right size, then I made the card that it would fit. So again, that's just another simple one to do. I didn't want to do the cutting out for you while you were here because I just thought, oh, that's, you know, you don't want to see me doing all the cutting out. I think probably you could also go around the edges if you wanted a game with a bit more colour, but I think we'll just put them on because then it's another little quick card made. But I think these are the ones where, you know, you don't know what to do. You can just pick a little topper that you like the look of out of the pack and then see what the background papers that go with it look like. And that's how I built the cards up. So it didn't take too much thinking about what I was doing, but I knew I wanted something with a bit of shine because the pack is very, very dark colour palette. I thought I just needed that little bit of brightness to lift it. Yeah, Joe, and honestly, that's the way to go. If you just copy other people's cards and have a go, or the same style. I've done some for Dawn, so you can always use your peacock kit. Some lovely toppers in Dawn's, and you just mat and layer them, and that's a card made. And that won't take any thinking. So when you've lost your mojo, just maybe get something like a kit, mat and layer the toppers, stick a bit of stickles on, and that's it, done. And then if you don't want to just do, I mean, even these, I'm just sticking with a straightforward, straight shape of card. I didn't want to do another construction for you this week because I feel like, oh, I kind of do fancy constructions all the time, because you'll just get like, oh, you know, can we just see some normal ones? So I've really just tried to stick with straightforward cards this week. So you can see that it doesn't always have to be something fancy in construction. It can just be something that's a bit easier for you to do. And it doesn't take too long. Got some, yeah. I haven't got all of Dawn's, you know, we've got those little mini packs of the, oh, I've lost my words again. Linen cardstock. Dawn had them in the little sizes, so they're already even done. You could base your cards around that size, and then get a little bit of a mat with a shiny card or a bit of glitter card, and then a nice topper. And then if you've got your inks, if you feel, the other thing I like to do when I haven't got my mojo, I'll stick that on there in a minute. I showed earlier on, I don't know if you were in yet. Put that there. I just get my ink, get one out, and then I just splodge. Really, that was just me testing what colours the inks were, and then splodging a bit of stuff on the top. So if that's something you can do without thinking too much, and then you can always go back later and use it as a background. There's another one. So that's something you can do when you haven't got your mojo, just sit and make some inky mess, and then you can do things later with them. The other thing to do is stamp out a few images. So I've stamped out a fairy, and then I can sit and colour it in, and then she can be used later at a later date. So maybe just if you're not sure what to do, if you haven't got a kit ready to hand, because the kits are brilliant, you just get them out and do them, you could make some backgrounds, and they're very, very simple, but they're very pretty. And I have shown how to do those backgrounds before, but I can show again anybody who hasn't seen it. And I use the lovely new Studio Light colours. I've got my blue and my mint, and that was the blues and the mints, and they are perfect colours for the Peacock Paradise. I didn't even know that I was getting the perfect colours. I think that's that way around. I'm just trying to make sure I've got it the right way around, because I'm gonna, oh, I'm so like, well, put my head in so I can see what I'm doing. It really frustrates me that I don't get things straight, especially when I've got a little tight fit with this card. Oh dear me, I'm ruining it now. It's sticking down. Hang on a second, I'll rescue it. Don't think I left much room on this one for a top and a bottom. I think I've just got a side, and I've still managed to go wonky. Right, there you are. I'll cut that down later. I've managed to go very wonky. But anyway, that's on. And then I'm going to put my little bell jar lady on now. And I've put her into a bit of gold. We'll put her on again. Yeah, I just like to sit doing some colour if I don't know what else to do. Let's stick these on. Oh gosh. My cup's coming in handy. I don't know if you can see. My cup's just off the off the screen and I keep sticking my bits of foam pads to it, into the handle, so I can find them later. Right, let's see where she's going to go. I'll get her in the middle-ish. There you go. It doesn't matter if I'm a bit wonky. Right, these little fellas here now. Oh, I'm sitting on my foot and it's going, no. Let's have a little drink of that cold coffee again. Drinking coffee at this time of night, that's ridiculous. I'm going to be awake all night now. Honestly, you know what I was thinking? It's only very weak though, so it'll be all right. I think I'm tired enough tonight to go to sleep. Right, these little things I found in the same page as this little bell jar. There's the little complementing elements, so we can do that little bit of 3D with them again. So let me just get my foam mat. And the other thing, I don't know if I like all of the, I'm a bit fussy, so I go around things and cut right up to them. And I feel as if I put that on there, am I going to lose that gold, or is it going to sit all right? Oh, just about all right. If I was worried about that, I would probably just trim round a little bit more. But I'm trying to do things as well without trimming, because I know some people struggle with dexterity. I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be at my trimming and doing, so I'm trying to make cards as well that you can do without having to do too much snipping. That one obviously I went round and I snipped. You could leave a bigger border if you want to. No, I didn't go round. It was that was popped out and then I stuck it on the gold and I did trim round the gold. So a little bit of trimming needed. But you could make your border wider. You wouldn't even need to make it a small one like that. Ooh, we've got a little key flying. I'm just going to give that a little go, and then I want to pull it up like that. Probably be just as easy for this small thing. I could just curl it a little bit with me pokey tool on those little wings and get them up. So I can get that sat there. And then that one is going to, is that one there? I do believe that one goes there. And then I've got a little, that little flower is to go on top of that one. So I'll do that one. And then I've got two more. Got little butterflies. Little butterfly. Albie's crying. Albie, what is the matter? You want to go outside? We know that you will make a noise if you do that. Right, so I want a tiny little bit of foam pad in there. Good job, I've got loads of these foam pads hanging about. Oh, this one is the ergonomic one that Dawn had from Studio Light. So it's got the really nice big handle. It's only got what they were saying. It would have been better if they'd made interchangeable balls that you could just put, like, this head could go on and off. They didn't think ahead. But actually that size is reasonable for most of the things I've been using it for. So it's just really comfortable, and Dawn does sell them. So you can have a little look or message her about it. So that's the Studio Light ball tool, and I think that's the Studio Light mat as well. It's a nice hard mat. For doing your shapes. Right, 2 seconds, because Albie's crying. I'm just going to have to open the back door and let him out for a wee. Otherwise we'll have a little accident. But he will probably start barking. In the middle of my live, Albie. You can't be interrupting me. Where's Wesley? I'm trying to do my live and he's gone out. Oh dear. Right, I'm back. Sorry. I've opened the door. Trouble is, he'll go out and then he'll decide he wants to come back in, and then he'll bark and carry on, cause trouble. So I might need to be, again, popping back up go and get him back in again. I shouted for Wesley, but I think he's on his game upstairs. There we go. I can't really see what I'm doing there either because I'm not in the right angle. And then get another little one. This is my conservatory, Tracy, and I have claimed it as my craft room. So fortunately, when I got the house here, it had a conservatory at the back, and straight away that's for me. It's absolutely crammed with all my crafty stuff. There's no room for anybody else. There he goes. Didn't I tell you? He's a menace. There's not even any pigeons there for him to be barking at now. He can't be going out there making all that racket. Now he's going to set next door's dog off. Right, tell you what I'll do. I'll just stick this on and then I'll go and get him back in again. And you'll all have to amuse yourselves again. I've only put a tiny bit on there because I want them to sit up. There we go. Hi Eileen. This is my live show tonight. I come on once a week and do a live and just do some crafting. Been coming on Friday mornings or Friday nights or Saturday nights. So keep an eye on the page. Dawn's live is going to be on Sunday for her brand new collection. And you can hear my dog, so I'm just going to go and quickly get him in. So have a quick chat amongst yourselves about Dawn's peacock things. Anything you want to chat about. Let me go and get him. Albie. No more. Come on, he's a pest. Right, shush now. That's enough. Right, I'm back. Sorry, everybody. Oh, I'm definitely buying it, Sam. I have pre-ordered. Right, let's have another little look. What else have I got here? I think I did the little butterfly. I did have the white flower out as well for there. It's probably somewhere underneath this mess on the desk that I'm managing to create. Just go up a little bit like that with that one. To remember that it makes a clatter when I put things down. Oh, I'm so excited. So 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock on Sunday? It is so exciting. I'm so pleased that Dawn is bringing a collection out. Because I miss seeing her bits and pieces. It would be lovely for her to get back into doing the creating and doing again. Yeah, I was naughty today as well. I went on one of the channels on the YouTube and I just put a little thing in and said, anybody a fan of Dawn Bibby, please go to her socials, Dawn Bibby Creations, and she's got a new collection coming out. And I don't think anybody noticed that I was there, so I don't know if we'll get anybody else joining in. I didn't get taken off. Now I'm at a funny angle, so let's hope for the best there. Oh, look at that. It's not straight. Oh, Albie. It's like working at arm's length. How do people do this? No wonder they get their heads in when they're doing the telly. Dear me. Hey. The digital things are on Dawn's website, I do believe. It's on now. Go and have a little look. And there's plenty on there so that if you can't do cutting out, there's not too much cutting out to do. So there's some lovely little toppers and backgrounds and bits and pieces. Now I feel like that's too big and I'm going to see it sticking out. Right, I'm going to have to trim. Look, I'm so fussy. I cannot be having things sticking out if I do it wrong. I'm not pulling that off again. Get the little corners off. Look, Albie, I'm rushing now because you had me going in and out the house. I shouted for Wesley, but he was panicking. I'm on my game, I'm in my game. Can't leave his game. Oh, now I've got this stuck. Well, we're back to being quiet again. Just the drip from the gutter. Albie's not asleep yet, so he's not snoring, and I've got quiet voice coming on. Oh, do you know what? Can't be doing with it. Can I be doing with it? It's too late at night. I'm too tired if things are not going right. Let's stick a bit of glue on. There we go. Honestly, like watching glue dry having me doing this, isn't it? Right, I'll get that on this time in the right place. There. And I did have a white flower, but it's gone. There's another one. So what little snippets of loveliness have I got for this one to pop on? Let's have a little look. Oh, I did get them little butterflies because I didn't know if I wanted a little butterfly. There. Don't know, do that later. Right, what have we got? Sprinkle fairy dust. She's got a little bit of fairy dust in there, but she's not doing very much with her fairy dust. But she could also be so much love. Let's go for that one. And where's the gold? The gold. We should have some gold somewhere because I like to keep things ready. Oh, I have no gold. I have no gold. Right, I'm going to not put gold on. I'll do that again. Does need gold. Just a second. I can't find the gold. So we will cheat. Yeah, I know I said that because I can't see what I'm doing, like right overhead. I do put things on wonky in my lives. So you have to just excuse that. Eileen. Got a little gold pen. This is a Studio Light as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of gold around the edge with my little gold pen because I can't find any gold card. As soon as I come off the live, I shall find it. My little mam there, has she gone to bed? Be way past her bedtime by now. Are you still watching, mam? Or have you gone to sleep? Oh, thank you, Eileen. I'm going to trim down the bit that's wonky. Oh, I'm not even watching what I'm doing here very well. Look, this is getting a bit tatty looking. So, not recommended to do this at the middle of the night when you're tired. If I get so far and I'm happy with it and I think I'm tired, I'll just finish them off the next day. I don't push myself. I am, because I'm on a live, just going to do that. Stick it on there. Right. Stick a bit of that on there. There we go. Oh, I think I need to remember to put my lid on the glue for Dawn's as well. There we go. Just give it a little shake. There you are. Oh, flying. Gone like the fairies all flying away. And this will not be straight either because I'm just doing it quick on a little bit of thing there. I'm rubbing all my gold off. Put the lid back on. Yeah, isn't it? Everybody says pop a little butterfly on if in doubt. There we go. That'll look nice on there. So that's a little bit of inspiration for the fairies, with very simple, using the die cuts and some background papers, and just layering it up. I recommend with something a bit sparkly and shiny, because the colours are quite dark. I think you just need a little bit of a pop from it. There you go, just put that one down there. So we've got another one done. Well done. I have done well. They're nice little silvery ones. I need to do a silver one to get those in. Right, so we've got 2 cards done, and we've got a flower card done, and we did a very quick little ATC. Everybody has to remember to help me with my words. Oh, put my little lid on. These are nice. I don't know whether I got these off Dawn or not. She might be able to get them though, because of Studio Light. A little gel pen pack, and it's a little very fine 0.6mm, and it came with silver, gold and white. Might have to ask Dawn if she can get them in, because they're quite handy for little bits and pieces. Right, what else have I got? So I've done 2 cards there. I've got one more, but I might leave that for a minute, because we could have another change around and do the last little bit of florals again. So just show that to anybody who missed that before. We've done those lovely fairy ones. Just nice and simple, but very pretty. I like those. And put those away to the side. And we have also, maybe you watch what you're doing there. We've also done this one. Anybody who's been joining late, this one is almost finished. It's got all the florals on. I just wanted to think about a sentiment or a butterfly or something for up there. So that's the bit I haven't done. So that was the other one, and that should be fairly well sturdy. Look, I'm really pleased I managed to get that back bit done, and then that bit stuck down now. So yeah, that was one of the requests we had, was to use the flowers a bit more and to use the picket fence with the flowers. So I hope that's inspired some people. These were some little bits of the arches that I had left when I was doing a little bit of cutting out, ready for doing the arches for the fairies. I did cut another couple of arches out. So I've done one in a linen card, and then a blue shiny at the background. I had a little pack off Dawn, one of her little, you know, she comes up with these little mini packs sometimes in different colours. I would highly recommend grabbing them if you can, because there's always something in there. And I found this mesh in this one. So I took the mesh out and I've wrapped it round. So I've had to stick it up on foam because of that extra element. But I just thought that give it a little bit of something extra, because it's nice to have. Yes, Jackie, one of the self-adhesive sentiments would work on the picket fence card, and I have got some of them, so I'll have a look. I might wait and see who I'm going to give it to, and then I know which sentiment I want to put on it, rather than it I'm just guessing, putting a sentiment on. So I've prepared this little topper, which I thought we could stick on a card. And I pulled out a few flowers. So this was in the little pack, and I thought again we could just maybe make a little flower arrangement out of this. So I like that big one as my big flower. I didn't know whether we might want some pink with the thingamajiggamies. They look quite nice. verbonians, verby somethings. Somebody will have to tell me what they're called, but that's quite a nice one, like that. They might be my main. I like that little one as well. Or a bit darker with the Charlotte. I'll put them in. So we'll just pop a few of these on, I think. Let me find some more floral, some more leaves. Oh, I'll tell you what have I got? Was there some nice leaves in here that I said I had? These looked pretty, but they're quite big. But I might go. Let's have a look. So this pack's got some leaves in here. And some little spiky bits. Little purple spiky bits. Put them there. So these look quite large, but I think we could take them apart and get some little ones. There's some little ones there. So I will get the little ones out. I think that would be better for the size of this little topper, to go for the little ones. There's some slightly, because I've got a little bit of powdering on them, they're all different colours as well. Some with a slight pink on there. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like odd numbers, so we'll do 5 for now. This little sprig might look lovely sticking up there. Yes. So let's have a little think. I think that will go nice there. That would be my first thing to put on there, I think. And then I'll put a flower on, and then I'll poke some leaves underneath. Now this was a little bit of a faff and a fiddle before with that gluey gunk. So I'm going to have a little try of something, because that's not going to hold very well. I'm going to just stick it on, because I'm going to be I'm hopefully going to be covering it up. So give it a little bit of extra help by sticking that there. We'll see whether that does the job as well. Do you think that's a good idea or not? We'll find out if it comes apart. Oh yeah, I've read that bit. The ideas usually come along when making the card. They do. That's why I just sort of, with the flowers, I'm just going with the flow. And if it falls apart, I'll know that that's not a good idea for future. So again, I'm going to have a little look on the back. I'm going to go short as I can on that, I think. That's still on. That's still attached. So I can then get that, hopefully, standing up there. So let's get my glue gel. That's it. I've got my little cocktail stick. Can you see? Am I in the right place? I keep forgetting to look at the screen to see that you can see. You have to get rid of the words at the bottom if you can't see properly, because they always get in the way. That's it. Put a nice glob on there. There. So I want to stick it on there like that. There we go. I feel like these little verbenians or verbonians. Yeah, I might need some blue tack. Stick things on. That'll do the job. I'm just going to stick things, poke things in. That looks nice, the little pink one. And I have another little pink one. Where would you like to be? I'm just going to plan you. Let's have a bit of glue on it just so I can try and poke it in a bit. I might change my mind where I want it. And you get, little fella. Scooch, scooch. Scooch, scooch. Nearly need that blue one higher up now. I'll put those ones in. I want some more glue. Well, Dawn has got the heavy body glue, and you can use that. I wasn't using it today because I wanted everything to stick quickly, but I could use that just the same. So those heavy body glues that she's got, I'm just putting a bit more in because I think I want that blue a little bit higher. And you could use your foam. I'm not very good at foam with this kind of thing. I think it would be quite hard. And then I need some more flowers, don't I, coming around, the more leaves coming around the side. That might be where we're going to do these ones. You can use the hot glue gun and the pot as well, Gillian. And yes, I have been reminded by Sam that I need to get my pot out. So after my holidays, that shall be my resolution, that when I'm doing on the lives, I need my hot glue pot out to do them, rather than using this jelly stuff, because I don't think it's good if I'm using it and Dawn hasn't got it. It's not a good idea. But she has got the glue guns and she has got the glue pot. And actually, I think it would stick quicker as well with those. This is still a little bit fiddly. I've got that funny little, I've got to remember I've got that mesh on the back. Is that looking all right? And I need some green coming upwards because I've put a little bit of green on the bottom flower, but I need some greenery going up. So what else have I got? That's quite a big leaf. Do you think that's going to be too big? I'll tell you what we'll do. Present it to the page. Let me pop it up there where I can see it on the screen when I do it, and I'm going to just poke that in there a minute. Let me catch up on the screen. Nope, I don't like that. That was easy. Take that one out, and let me get one of those little ferny ones. They're quite nice. The little ferny ones, aren't they? That might be better. And again, I think these would colour up with alcohol markers. Need to find me alcohol markers and get them out. Colour things up. If you wanted to put a little bit of colour on, or you could put a little bit of colour on with wax. That would always stick on, wouldn't it? Have I got a little bit? I don't know whether this is it's like water-based wax, so it's maybe not the best. See whether I probably have it all over the place. These are just the little plastic ones, these little ferns. Just using a coloured wax. Oh, I've got some new toys off Dawn that I ordered, and it's a velvet look that you get. So I need to get that out and have a play with it. Got loads to do when I come back off holiday and see what that looks like. That's just giving it a little bit of colour. What do you think? That's good. We'll put that in. Let me just clean my hands again. You all right there, puppy? Hello? Are you being a good boy now? Are you being a good boy? You sit down there and be good. Have a shake. Bang the table. I might just clean my finger. Yep, that wax has worked. No, I don't think Dawn's got it in, but I would use the heavy body gel that she's got, because it sticks really well. It's it's a good glue, but it gives you the flexibility to fiddle. So either use that or your glue gun and your glue pot. The glue pot would be good. So like I say, that's me next job to get that out. And I like that Dawn's now got the little packs of glue pellets for the glue thing, so it makes it affordable in one go. You don't need to buy the £30 pack of loads of pellets because they go a long way, but then you can actually manage to get it and buy it and use it. Now I've got to try and poke that in there without making too much mess. But a little fern, yeah, little ferns are always handy. Put a little glue on the bottom of that. Ready to poke. Get that little sticky thing in case I need a little sticky thing. I'm going to poke that in there. Get in, get in, get in. I want you in a bit further and you're not playing. Hang on. It's because I've got this net. It's getting stuck in the little net. Shock horror. Get your end off there. It's stuck in the little holes. Poke it in. Oh, now don't be starting to cry again. You're sick of me crafting is what it is. Right, I think it's just a little bit of a tricky one, that getting it, because I've got that I chose to put the net on, but it has gone on. I probably would have it that way a little bit, but if I fiddle too much I think it's just going to cause a bit of bother. How's that? They feel as if they're a bit sticking up and doing a lot of work, and that little blue one's still stuck down there wanting to be the centre of attention and not being high enough for me. So that may still have to come up. Shh, Albie. No. Oh my gosh. Do you know, I'm so bad. I'm actually going to just take the whole thing apart because I'm fussing over it. But do you know what? I'll not. I'm just asking for trouble on a live trying to do that, aren't I? I might need another little flower there to lift that up. That's what we might do. Albie, I don't think we need that noise. People don't want to hear you crying. What's the matter? I don't think we need to hear you cry. Shh, shh, shh. No, because I know you're going to bark next. You're not allowed to. You need to sit down nicely. Otherwise I'll put you out and then you'll be barking and Wesley will have to come and see to you. Oh, there's my blue bag. I was looking for my little blue bag. I'll probably have to finish shortly because it's just going to be annoying. Let me see if I've got anything else. Oh, that's a big, huge one. I am faffing, aren't I? This is the time of faffing now. Yes, poke that little blue one in. Right. I think when I start faffing, it's probably time to be finishing. Let me just see that. I do want that in there, but I want it a bit shorter. Take it off there and see if I can do it without it. See, it's not the right number then. We've got too many. Is that going to stick in the sticky? It's sticking in the sticky. It is sticking in the sticky. And you just have to faff until you're happy. That's what I do. Oh, hello, Michelle. I didn't see you there. I haven't said hello to you. I'm very sorry. You've been sitting quietly watching. Right. Get that little blue one in. That's better. Gosh, I'm using loads of flowers on here, aren't I? I get carried away. But it's just lots of fun building little mini arrangements. Now, if I'd been prepared, I would have had the card ready and it all sticking on nicely, ready to go. But I thought I'll just make this as a topper. Albie sleeps on my bed. There's just me and Albie and Wesley in the house. So Albie comes and sleeps on my bed. But when I'm sitting here, he likes to sit next to me. But he might be thinking, I just want to go and sit on the settee next to my mum. And she's sat in here doing stuff. So, there we go. I don't know what we think of that. Will that do you think? I read that as farting. Oh, no worries, Michelle. Oh, it's really good of you to be doing a newsletter for Dawn. That's really good. Well done. Really good of you. There we go. So again, we might just have to stick a little sentiment on, or some little beadsy bits on, or some glitter on. But I think that'll be all right. So let's have a look what we've done, because I think probably if Albie's going to be crying, it's 10 o'clock. That's long enough. That's long enough. I need a little sit down and a little rest before bedtime. So, and Albie wants to sit. Oh my goodness, he wants to sit with his mum on the settee. Just a minute. Wait a minute, puppy. Let me just go show the ladies all the things we've made, and then we're ready to finish. You wait a minute. Be a good boy. Sit. If you sit nicely, you might get something at the end for being a good boy. You might get something nice for being a good boy. Right, let's pop these all out on there. There we go. So we've got one here. Ta-ta. And we've got a little ATC, which can go there. And we've got our little fairy cards. So maybe put that up there. And that one there. And then we've got our little bit of floral again here. That needs just a little bit of finishing off with sentiment. There you go. And I shall tidy up all these flowers in the morning. Right, that's it. I'll put this one up here so we can see the flowers on there, and that one down there. How's that? Right, there you go. So thank you very much, ladies, for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed it. And if you've got any requests, please send them in. That'll be lovely. I shall see what I can do for you. I'm away for my little holiday, so I won't be on next week. I go Wednesday to Wednesday, so perhaps when I come back I will see whether I can get on and what I can do. Just making a little display now, aren't I? Getting carried away. I am such a faff, aren't I? There we go. Just creating a little picture. Right, I'll stop. I'm faffing now. Right, lovely. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Giving you some inspiration with some of Dawn's flowers to make little toppers and cards. And we've had a little quick look at the Fairy Studio Light collection to make a couple of little cards. I've got one more that I haven't shown you, so I'll make that up and I can post that on with them as well tomorrow. All right, so thank you very much for joining me, and thank you. I will have a lovely holiday, but I am very excited. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock we've got Dawn on Instagram, so anybody who's on Instagram, pop over there and we will see some lovely flower arrangements and wreaths and inspiration from Dawn. And then Sunday we're all very excited for the launch of Peacock Paradise collection. Can't wait for that. Beautiful kit. So we'll all see each other again on Sunday night at 7 o'clock, and then I'll not see you for a week after that. Okay, but I will be there for Sunday. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for all your well wishes, and thank you to anybody who's watching back for taking the time to do that. And please send your requests in for anything you want to see or anything you'd like me to do, anything that you're struggling with. Oh yeah, we did a little bit of looking at my little journal, didn't we, as well, with all the lovely colours. So put that little fella down the bottom end. We had a bit of nice blues. This is the lovely mint and blues that will go lovely with the Peacock collection as well. Don't forget that. So Dawn can get the Studio Light inks for you. She's got all the lovely flowers. I don't know if she can get this fairy one or not, but I know that was a request that I do a little bit with that. So right, thank you very much, everybody. Bye, Sam. Bye, Jackie. Bye, Eileen. Thank you. Bye, Karen, Gillian, Karen, Julie, Jane, Tracy, Michelle. Oh, I've probably missed people, but thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow on Instagram and Sunday with Dawn. Bye. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye.